So here's the thing about the audience participation. Gender is participatory, right? However you read me is however you were taught to read me, whether or not you agreed to that teaching or not. And does anybody happen to have a baseball cap? I realized I forgot my own. Alas.
I think I have one in my book bag.
Oh my god, is it right here?
Yeah. No, damn it.
Okay, that's fine. So when I go out, I just want you to imagine. When I go out looking like this, people see a gay guy or a teenager, right? When I go out with a ball cap down like this, people see a straight guy or a teenager. When I go out with my ball cap all back and my hair all flipped out, people see a lesbian. Everybody sees a lesbian. Perhaps not as funny without the actual prop. It just goes to show, right? I thought I'd try it. Just goes to show. People can make up any story if you give them the right points. So here's the deal. Since gender is participatory, I want you to participate in the making of this story right now. I want you to ask the questions that you're dying to ask maybe, or just the things that you were just curious about. And I want you to know that right now in this room, and since they're paying me, I don't have any problem talking about any of the things that no. So while you're thinking about your questions, here's what I think. I think it would be really, really useful if we could all have a decoder ring. Let me show you what I mean. Come back to me. Where'd it go? There we go. So you're walking down the street, right? And you see a person who's wearing a dress and high heels, but she's 7 feet tall and has an Adam's apple, right? You know there's a story there. Now, how great would it be to be able to take in this individual, go make friends, hang out for a while, go out for coffee, and while you're picking up the tab, say, hey, could I ask you about story number 53? Rather than just yelling at them across the quad, what the fuck are you, freak? I mean, maybe I'm just Southern, right? I'm really into politeness, baby. But here's the deal. Every step you took to be here tonight has a story associated with it. Maybe you shaved. Maybe for political or aesthetic reasons you did not shave. Maybe you sat down to pee. But in which bathroom? Here's the deal. When you count up those steps, those small stories that make up who you are, they never quite add up to the sum total. But if they did, well, we wouldn't have any drama. And if we didn't have any drama, we'd have absolutely no reason to MySpace, would we? So, what would be the point? Usually, in my show, Becoming a Man in 127 Easy Steps, I give people the option of just calling out a number that associates with an identity and thus with a story that I tell. But I'm not going to let you off the hook that easily tonight. Because when you come out about whatever questions you have, everybody else realizes that they're not the only dumb person with that question, right? So go ahead. What do you got? Yes.
Are you happier making the decision to go through the medical transformation of taking testosterone?
Am I happier? I got one for you on that one. I'm going to answer you with a story rather than just answering you straight about that, because I couldn't answer you straight if I tried. Sorry. The puns are intentional. Nope, that's not. Nope, that's not. There we go. People tell me that I make this whole transition thing seem so easy, right? That like it's a round of jokes I play on the world or take in with a sense of humor when the joke's on me. I haven't even begun to tell you everything. I haven't told you yet how I became deeply depressed at age 11 because I stopped being able to express myself as the boy I knew firmly I was. How that silence grew and grew inside of me so I couldn't say anything at all. And I felt like I was choking from the silence. And so I tried to kill myself twice, in high school and once since then, just so that I could be dead and not just slowly, silently choking. Sometimes, even now, I don't leave the house for days because I don't want any more absurd gender stories to happen to me. Some days I'm glad that I pass unnoticed as a man, and I just wish that I didn't know the difference. But here's the thing, knowing that my life is all just a series of stories, stories that happen and stories that end, makes me know that I don't want to die. Not now, and actually not particularly ever. It's not death I want. It's just change. So am I happy? Absolutely. I'm gonna let you move. Jesus, that was harsh. Okay, so did y'all know that it is illegal for restaurants in Georgia to not offer sweet tea? So I am so honored that y'all have invited me to share these stories with you, that today I made you a pitcher of sweet tea. In fact, I made more than a pitcher, but we'll see how much I need, right? Who had, do you not have a cup? Okay, good. They're Dixie cups. Whoops. Just your cups, sorry, here you go. Here, Matt, will you help me?
Absolutely.
We talk about where we're from out the sides of our mouths, and like it's a drink we don't like but have to swallow. I feel the exact same way about whiteness, right? Like I said, white gets real particular when you modify it with Southern, or so everyone would have you believe. Now, I don't know what all this talk about sweet tea has to do with whiteness. Oh, except that it seems to be everywhere, like a good glass of sweet tea in the South, right? And I can't get the taste out of my mouth. Since I don't have any spoons or lemons to change the flavor, I figured I'd just, offer it to you. Sweet. Something that's okay to drink up if you want, or just leave in front of you untouched if you don't. Because it's not impolite either way. And anyway, it brings us to a very important question, one which affects all of us. Spit or swallow? It's the swallowing of tradition when you're untraditional yourself that's so interesting to me, right? I was a 3-time debutante, and none of the women who ever came out for themselves. No, coming out for debutantes is like one big party to please the parents or grandparents, because privilege does weird things to context, right? So often we sit silent in the face of tradition when all we really want to do is tear our clothes off and go running out into the dark night of making things new, right? But it's more complicated, so we stand still, act innocent, and look for this particular light in the faces of the people around you, a light that tells you you can survive until at some point you spit yourself out, or sometimes you are swallowed whole. But sometimes there's no other way to go about it but to stand in your own light and take a bow. Because you know what they say, don't you? It's not so much about coming out as it is coming through.